Okay, hello everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. If you all are able to hear me, can you please write down in the chat box quickly? Hi, maybe. If you all are able to hear me and excited for this class. Great. Okay, I can see a lot of you have joined. We're going to just wait for a minute or two maybe before we are done with this tech check. Great, guys. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. I hope all of you are doing well. So, guys, I want to state the agenda for today's YouTube live. We are going to do a speaking interview. We have one of the students of LeapScholar with us, right, who got a band 8 at speaking, right? And we want to show you how it goes live in the exam, right? So, agenda is speaking. Okay, and even if you have no idea about what speaking is, I'm going to take first 5 minutes to show you how exactly IELTS speaking is. Then we are going to do complete speaking test with Serene, who is our IELTS who is our student, previous student, right? She belongs to December batch, right? Great. And then not just the speaking interview, I'm going to assess her. I'm going to tell you how a band is given and how what band she spoke at, right? What band she spoke at. We're going to look at all those things. Great. So guys, are we good to go? Can we begin the class? Yes or no, guys? I want you to write it down in the comment box, please. Can I begin the class? Do I have the permission from all of you? Yes or no, guys? Abhishek is saying I do not have the permission to begin the class. Okay. Abhishek, even then I'll have to begin because there are more number of yeses. Great. So guys, let's begin. Can you quickly write it down in the chat box? How many parts are there in IELTS speaking test and what are they? Write it down as one comment. I want to see the existing knowledge of all of yours. How many of you are already aware about how many parts are there and what are they? Can you quickly write it down in the chat box, please? Let's see how many of us already know. Okay, three speaking parts. Great. Yes, guys, we have three speaking parts in IELTS. Three parts in IELTS speaking. And what are these three parts? Going to just bring it on the screen. Right. As I said, there are three parts in IELTS speaking. Part one, part two, part three. Right. Guys, I want you to make notes of this, maybe a separate white A4 size paper. 11 to 14 minutes is the total duration of IELTS speaking test. Okay. 11 to 14 minutes, nothing more than that. Okay. Please write it down somewhere that 11 to 14 minutes is the total duration of IELTS speaking test. Okay. Now, part one is a normal, okay, a normal question answer round where questions would be asked on familiar topics like hobbies, likes, dislikes. This part is specifically there so that examiner can know you, and it's more like a warm up, right? You have to get comfortable, right? That's the agenda for part one. Again, part two is a cue card task. There is a cue card given. You have 1 minute to prepare on it, right? You have an A4 size paper, you can make notes on it, and then you have to speak for 2 minutes. Part three are the questions based on it. Again, lots of theory. Okay, lots of theory. What I'm going to do is I'm not really going to go into a lot of theory. I'm just going to display different speaking uh, parts on the screen. Right, this is speaking part 1. Okay, this is speaking part 2. Okay, this is speaking part 3. Right, guys, what is the duration of speaking test part 1? What is the duration of speaking test part 1? Speaking test part 1, what is the duration of speaking test part 1, guys? I want you to write it down in the comment box, please. I want to show it to you. I want to actually show something to you. What is the duration of speaking part 1? Yeah, it's not 4 minutes, it's not 5 minutes, it's 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, something between 4 to 5 minutes, right? 4 minutes is also fine, 5 minutes is also fine, but you should know that it's 4 to 5 minutes. Now where the confusion arises, that there are around 8 to 12 questions in speaking part 1. Okay, so the main thing is that students, they don't know how much they have to speak. Right, so in speaking part 1, please write it down somewhere, that in speaking part 1 you have to speak around uh, 3 sentences. Okay, around 3 to 4 sentences, maybe three are the most. Okay, and the duration is around 15 to 20 seconds, not more than that, please. Okay, because there are going to be around 8 to 12 questions in speaking part 1. If you answer every question for 1 minute, god knows your whole speaking test would be over um, in part 1 only, right? Do not forget we have part 2 and part 3. So please write it down somewhere that in speaking part 1, you have to speak around 3 sentences. Okay, 3 to 4 sentences, that's it. Okay, so for example, this first question is there, you speak around 3 to 4 sentences or this, or maybe 3 would do, right? 15 to 20 seconds per question. Okay, per question, right? That would take you to somewhere around 4 to 5 minutes overall. Now you look at this green thing. This green thing is a cue card task. This cue card task is given to you, right? And then examiner gives you 1 minute to prepare. And in that 1 minute, you are allowed to make notes. Okay, you're allowed to make notes. Okay, and on the A4 size paper is given to you. You can take notes there. Okay, examiner will let you know when 1 minute has started and 1 minute is over. And after that 1 minute is over, you have to speak for 2 minutes. Now the best practice is to speak. If you speak for something that they can speak for more than 2 minutes, no, that's not possible. Examiner will stop you, and that is not going to affect your band. Okay, even if you speak for 1 minute 50 seconds, that is also fine. Okay, and some common uh, questions, yes, you can absolutely take a look at your notes while you are speaking. Okay, but do not overdo it that you keep on looking at the notes completely. Do not forget that there is an examiner seated in front of you, right? So yes, you can take a look at notes while you are speaking. Okay, also do not write down anything on a cue card that is given to you by the examiner. Okay, please do not destroy the cue card, that they are used with different students. So please don't get overexcited and write down things on the cue card. Okay, after that there are certain rounding off questions. Sometimes rounding off questions are just some counter questions. Okay, counter questions, you can answer them in around 3 to 4 sentences. Sometimes they are there, sometimes they are not. Okay, right. Now guys, I'm sure you are aware about part 1 by now and part 2 by now, and part 3. Okay, part 3 is what? Part 3 is certain questions based on part 2. Certain questions based on part 2, right? For example, in this, describe something you own which is very important to you. Right here the question has changed, it's more like abstract. What kind of things give status to people in your country? So you have to speak around maybe 5 to 6 sentences per question. The duration is around 35 to 40 seconds, not more than that. Please do take care of that, please do. Okay, do not cross the time limit, because if you do, then I don't know, you won't be able to explain yourself clearly to the examiner. Right, see, these are certain things before we start with the interview. Okay, Now, guys, quickly, I want you all to write it down in the chat box. What are the four criteria on which IELTS speaking is assessed? Quickly, before we start with the interview, what are the four criteria on which IELTS speaking is assessed? I want you to write it down in the chat box, please. Four criteria. Okay. Fluency. Accent. Guys, accent, it doesn't matter. Whatever way you speak, it doesn't matter whether you have Indian accent, American accent, British accent. Until and unless you're not playing around with your uh, mm, comprehension part, that the person is not able to understand you, everything is absolutely fine, right? There is no task achievement in speaking. Okay, I just wanted to clear all these things before we start so that all of us are on the same page. That's why I took extra 10 to 12 minutes, right? First is fluency and coherence. What is fluency and coherence? Guys, for example, this is a staircase. Okay, first stair, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, consider these steps as your ideas. Okay, first idea, second idea, third idea, fourth idea, fifth idea. So when you have to reach to the fifth stair, okay, that's your destination, and you're standing at the first stair. Okay, you would go one by one, second, third, fourth, fifth. Same thing you have to do with your ideas. Okay, I have seen a student starting with the first idea, then they go suddenly to the fifth idea, then they come back to the first idea, right? Then they realize they want to add something to the fifth idea, then they again start with the second idea. That's like a messed up thing. Okay, please do not do that. Think before you speak, right? Your ideas should be well organized. This is what is coherence is. Okay, this word is a fancy term, but yes, this is what it means. Lexical resource is what? Yes, you have to demonstrate some uncommon vocabulary words which we do not use in our day-to-day life. Maybe instead of happy, you can say jubilated or ecstatic, right? Some kind of these words. Also, do not repeat the words and ideas. Okay, grammar, yes, obviously you have to demonstrate variety of grammar. Pronunciation, guys, pronunciation is how you pronounce the word. Accent, it doesn't matter. Okay, so please do not worry about that. Anyway, now guys, I want to invite our student, Serene Kaur. Okay, we will start with a complete evaluation of speaking. Serene.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, Serene. Hi.
Hi, sir. How are
And I
you?
can. I'm good. I'm good. How are you, Serene?
I'm also good, sir.
Great. So, guys, what we are going to do, as I stated previously, that we are going to do a full-length speaking test with Serene. Okay, and then we are going to assess also. We are going to assess Serene how she spoke. Right. Let's hear her, guys. Are you excited to hear Serene? Guys, are you excited to hear Serene? A full-length test. You want to see how it goes in the exam. I mean, if you are excited, let's see. I am sure you all are excited. That's why you are here, right? But I just want to see, right? I mean, if you're excited, I want to see. Can we start? Let's just take the consent from students, Siri.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Okay, yes. Students are saying all the best to you.
Oh, thank you.
Great. Okay. So, Serene, yeah, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Welcome to the speaking section. My name is Mohammed. I will be your examiner for this part of the test, and I'm going to record this for marking purposes.
Yes, sir.
What is your full name?
I am Serene Kaur.
Okay. For part one, I will ask you some questions to get to know you better, and some questions on a general topic.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's talk about your hometown, Serene. Where's your hometown?
Actually, sir, I belong to the most northernest state of India, that is Jammu and Kashmir. It is recently been stripped of its state status. I would say it's the youngest union territory of India.
Okay, do you like your hometown?
Oh, definitely, sir. It's the most serene place in the whole world, I would say. I have all my friends here, my family lives here, so I'm quite comfortable here in my hometown.
Hmm. Do you often visit your hometown?
Actually, sir, as of now, I'm working here in Jammu itself. Previously, I was working in Delhi NCR, so I had to visit. I usually used to visit Jammu after 2 3 months, but now I'm staying here only. So yes.
What is your hometown like, Serene?
Like I've said, it's a very serene place. It's a very eminent tourist spot because of renowned Mata Vaishno Devi, it is a pilgrimage for Hindus, and also Kashmir is known as the heaven on earth. So many people from all over the world, they come here and visit both Jammu and Kashmir.
Mhm. What is the oldest place in your hometown?
I would say the old city of Jammu is the oldest place in Jammu and Kashmir. Like every other state, there is this proper city situated in Jammu, where people and where the buildings are quite ancient and they are quite unique as well.
What is there for a foreigner to do or see in your hometown?
Well, as you know, that Jammu and Kashmir is a quite a famous place for tourists. So I would say that there are a lot of lakes here in Jammu and Kashmir, as well as Jammu, is especially known as the city of temples. So there are like hundred and thousand of temples there. Apart from that, if we move towards Jammu and Ladakh, there are beautiful sceneries and viewpoints for tourists to visit.
Okay. Uh, how could your hometown be improved, Serene?
I would say that it is a bit political, but before Section 370 was stripped off, um, nobody from outside Jammu and Kashmir was able to come here and do the business or start up a business here because nobody was invited to buy a property or a land here. So after this article was removed, I would say I would like people from big multinational companies to come here and establish their unit so that youth of Jammu and Kashmir gets employed. Because as of now, there are only two jobs in Jammu and Kashmir that is either you become a doctor or an engineer. So
Mm.
I'd want more industries to get set up here.
Okay. Uh, has your hometown changed much since you were a child?
Yes, definitely. I feel it has changed because when I was a kid, obviously it is a very small town. It was at the developing phase, but now we find everything here from medical facilities to industries to tourism. Everything has changed and it has grown a lot.
Okay. Is there a good public transportation in your hometown?
Yes, there. Although Jammu and Kashmir is a hilly area, but we have they are not metros, but we do have local trains here. And apart from that, there are public buses, and we do have autos and rickshaws. So yes, the public transport here is quite good.
Do you think your hometown is a good place to bring up children?
Yes, like I feel that my childhood was amazing. There was always a park to play outside my home, and the people here are quite friendly. Although there is a big misconception regarding Jammu and Kashmir because it's a terrorist state, but I would feel that it's a very secure place to live and to raise a person's like to raise their kids, and it's a very
Okay. I'm
oh
going to stop you now.
yes sir.
Here's the cue card on your screen.
Okay.
Okay, and your 1 minute for preparation, it starts now. Okay.
Um, the one person that I would really want to meet is Mr. Ravi Singh. He is the founder and owner of Khalsa, the charitable trust. Well, I would say that he's a very eminent humanitarian, and he owns Khalsa. Actually, he said he struggled a lot in his country. He was a very young kid when his father passed away, and he moved to abroad, and he had no sources to live. And uh, uh,
I think Serene has lost her internet connection. Let's wait for a moment before she gets back. Guys, how happy are you with the way Serene has spoken till now? Let's just wait for her to join back. Maybe some technical issue at her end. How happy are you with the way she has spoken? Have you learned something till now? Please write down in the chat box. Hmm, great. Yeah, maybe something is wrong. Do not worry, she'll be back. Repetition of word. Yeah, so some words are repeated. Definitely, some words are repeated. Hmm. Guys, she was using this word serene. Okay, for this word serene, can you give me some more words for serene? What are the words that we have for serene? Can you write down some words for serene? Let's brush up our vocabulary till the time she joins. Okay, certain words for serene. Can we use the word solace? Solace. Hmm. Yeah, she hasn't used any idiom till now. Yes, calm. Guys, write down certain words for serene. We have solace, we have tranquility. Okay, these certain words, they should be there. Okay, while you're talking about something that is peaceful. Okay, yes, she is confident. Write down these words. I want to give you this vocabulary till the time she joins. You have tranquility, we have solace, right? Certain words we have. Okay, yeah, make a list of these words. Guys, if someone is looking smart, okay, maybe in terms of looks, what is the word that we can use for someone who's smart in terms of looks? Okay, she's back. I just stop the timer.
Hello.
Yes, Reed, go on. You're
I am really sorry, sir.
It's okay.
Actually, I live in Jammu
Don't
and
worry.
Kashmir, so
Don't worry.
the 4G
Don't worry.
doesn't work here.
Don't worry. Please go on. You spoke for uh,
Like,
56 seconds. You can continue. Okay, please go on.
yeah, I was talking about Mr. Ravi Singh. He has recently been nominated for Nobel Prize as well because he works as a. He actually wants to promote humanity to the world. He believes in his logo that it recognizes whole human race as one. He does not believe in partiality or racism, and he does not believe in casteism as well. He wants each and every human being to come together and help each other. So he's quite like a very down to earth person as well because I've seen his interviews and whenever he talks about anything, he's although he's quite rich, I would say, but he always seems very peaceful and calm. He never initiates any arguments. I've never heard of him getting into a controversy regarding anything. So, and I would be quite content if I meet him because I want to learn a lot from him, from his struggles, from his life story. I would be honored if I meet him because for me, he's my ideal. And so
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. Uh, let's move on to the part three. Okay. I'll ask you some questions related to part two in this part three. Let's talk about news and celebrities, Serene. What type of people can be seen on TV?
So this generation has a very different choice from the older generation, I would say. As of now, people usually who are celebrities like Hollywood stars or Bollywood stars, they usually they show up on news each and every day. Uh, although also politicians are a very famous center of interaction for news reporters.
Okay. Do you think there is too much news about celebrities?
Yes, sir, I do feel because our, the whole nation and the whole world is going through a crisis right now. I feel that people should focus on, and the news reporters basically should focus on those crises, not only coronavirus, this global warming, greenhouse effect, and everything. And I feel whenever I open the news channel, any news channel, there is something about Ranbir Kapoor or any other different celebrity. So, yes.
Uh, are the stories about celebrities in the news always true?
So, to be honest, I do not follow news that is related to celebrities, but I do feel that they have to get a good TRP and they can publish anything that they want and anything that brings numbers to their channels. So I don't know if they are true or not. It can be anything.
Okay. Um why do people like negative news?
Um, Actually, I feel that it depends upon person to person. Some people who are actually we are all going through a very depressing moment time right now. So people by when they know that in their heart if somebody else is also getting hurt or there is any negative things going all around and it's happening to everyone, so they feel little calm. So that's the thing. That's why they like to watch negative news.
Okay. Let's talk about looking up to people. Do you think kids today grow up differently than in the past?
Um, Sir, I feel that again it depends upon person to person. For elder generation, I would say that my parents had ideals like Mahatma Gandhi or somebody who was quite peaceful. And these days, these children nowadays want to become like some eminent uh, Bollywood star or a boxer, which is not a bad thing. It's their personal point of view, but um, I feel that if they enjoy it, then why not? It's if they want to become a Hollywood star and if they want to idolize a singer or an actor, then that's perfectly fine.
Hmm. Do people really trust celebrity endorsements?
As far as I am concerned, I do not really care about anything, and moreover, this generation and now people have realized that it's all a TRP game. They really do not care about what products they are selling. They just do, want more endorsements. They want more money, and whatever advertisement brings them money, they do it.
Okay, great. You're done with your speaking assessments, Reen.
Okay, so
Okay, great. Now, before excuse me, before I give you a feedback, right? I want to know from you, how do you think it was, and what can be improved, and what do you think was good, strengths and weaknesses on a yeah.
So I feel that this was amazing. This particular session actually was quite similar to uh, the experience I had back when I took the
Mm-hmm.
exam. Although I was nervous here more as compared to back then. I don't
Why?
know why.
Do I look scary?
No, 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 no. I feel so. I was actually practicing at that time, so I had that momentum,
Mm-hmm.
and I learned a lot of good vocabulary. Now, as I've stopped practicing, so I've lost the touch.
Mm.
I was not able to remember the words that I like unique words which I can use as of now. But the experience was amazing. I really liked it.
Okay, but I think you use certain words like serene, uh, TRP. Okay, and yeah, there were not many. There was a word contended for
Content, yeah.
satisfied. Yeah, you use that word. There were certain common words, but there was no idiomatic language, right? Yeah, that was missing. Uh, okay, guys. Okay, let's hear it from students. What do they think? What do they think, guys? I want you to write it down. Maybe every student write down one strength and one point of improvement in one comment. One strength, one point of improvement. Let's see what students have to say before I try to do what I do.
Yes. Quite excited actually.
Hmm. Hmm. Complex sentences were not used. I think there were complex sentences. She was trying to connect the ideas. There were many ideas spoken at once. Guys, some students are messaging that there was hesitation. Yes, she did change her ideas a couple of times, but it is absolutely fine to think about ideas. Okay, we are not robots that we are programmed that examiner would ask the question and there would be a button and then we all would start speaking. That's not going to happen like that. It's absolutely fine to think about ideas. Okay, it's absolutely fine. There's no harm. Okay, we don't have to take it in a wrong way that yes, if we are thinking about idea, that's wrong. No, that's not wrong. Her fluency is good, but her ideas are average. Hmm. She has an accurate pronunciation skill. Yeah, I must say that your pronunciation was really good.
Oh, thank you. But sir, I want to ask one thing.
Hmm.
Like when I was practicing, everybody told me that ideas don't matter. They just want to hear you talk in English. They do not give a crap about your ideas. So I took that. Like even when I went for the exam, I was asked a question regarding your favorite weather, and then she went on asking about global warming and everything. I did give a technically wrong answer, but I got a good grade.
Okay, let's come to the assessment part. Okay, guys, I think all of you have tried to give something, some band, some strength, some weaknesses. Let me try to do whatever I do, right? I'm going to try it for all of you now. Okay, first of all, one thing that I want to be very, very clear about. Okay, Serene, I want you to read this ninth point. Okay, under fluency in coherence part. Please read
Any
this.
any hesitation is content related rather than to find words or grammar.
It's content, not content. Content
Oh,
means satisfied.
oh,
Content,
content. Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
right? So, guys, it clearly says if you are thinking about ideas for 2 3 seconds, maybe you are still at 9 band. Okay, you are still at 9 band. You are not going anywhere below 9. But if you have ideas and you don't have words, then that's a big no. That's a big no. Okay, that's a big no. No. Okay, let's say your name is Serene and you use the word serene. Okay, but I think you used it more than once.
Okay.
That could have been avoided. So when you were disconnected, I gave certain words to students regarding serene. So that is tranquility, solace. Okay, so we are not
Mm-hmm.
allowed to repeat the words. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Also, do not use the word sir again and again. No need of
Mm.
sir or ma'am. Okay, you just have
Okay.
to answer. Okay, you just have to answer. No need of sir. Also, I saw that you were using fillers. You know, like, any word that has no role to play is not required. Okay, instead take a genuine pause. That would affect your
Yes.
band definitely under fluency and coherence, because that means you were out of you were out of language. You had ideas, but you did not have proper language to talk about it. That's why you were using how can examiner know?
Yes, sir. Actually, I knew this point.
Okay, so is wrong. Okay, and also, I think you said very tourist spot. I think you were trying to say it's a touristy place, right?
Yes,
Touristy
sir.
place. Yeah, the
Okay.
people which attract place that attracts a lot of tourists. Right? There's a word
Yes, sir.
touristy place.
Okay.
I liked how you used as well as and moreover. Right? You tried to use although also. Right? You tried to use although also in second last question in speaking part one, but I think you were changing your ideas very often. Right, you were changing your ideas very often. So what I would say, Serene, guys, I don't know how many of you have attended my class earlier. Just want to bring this thing on the screen, okay? And all those who are not aware, who are attending the class for the first time, guys, when you speak, there are two more steps before that. Okay, you think first, then you process, okay, then you speak. This is the common mistake that I have observed. Okay, students, they start speaking directly, then they think. Okay, and by the time they process and realize, oh my god, this is not going anywhere, that is why they fumble. That is why they fumble. And I think it happened with you also, Serene, many times.
Yes, sir.
Right, you just started speaking. Right, it's, guys, it is absolutely fine to take that extra 1 or 2 second when before you start speaking. Right, for example, um, in speaking part one, I noticed that your answers were not elaborated equally. Some of them were elaborated a lot, some of them were not elaborated. Right, so
Okay.
we have to keep that balance. 3 to 4 sentences per question, that should be there. Okay, that should be there. Also, you started this second last question of speaking part one with yes, then although, then you change it again. Right, so
Oh,
this is the thing, guys, this is for all of you. See, we all are here to improve, and I know Serene is like good on so many things. Right, her pronunciation was impeccable. Right, she was using certain connectors. Obviously she's not in touch because she's done with her exam, so she was not able to demonstrate some uncommon vocabulary. But I would say this is something that is common for all of you. Please think, then process, then speak. Do not just start speaking. I liked how you talked about MNCs. Okay, you talked about MNCs, so yes, good relation there. Also, Serene, you crossed 5 minutes in your speaking part one. Okay, I
oh.
had to stop you at
Okay, yes, sir.
fifth minute, 7th second. Okay, So yes, guys, please make a note of this. 3 sentences, more than enough per question in speaking part one. Okay. Also, when you started with part two, Serene,
Yes, sir.
you say he struggle a lot. You're talking about your idol. Okay. I think you wanted to say he struggled a lot. You're talking about his struggle in the past.
He struggled a lot.
He struggled a lot. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Great. So, guys, one more thing that we can draw from here is that do not try to speak English like your mother tongue. Open the jaw, because when this jaw is not open, the words they do not come out properly, right? Because my mother tongue is Hindi, right? And Hindi is not spoken with an open jaw. Let me show it to all of you. मैं अभी Serene का इंटरव्यू ले रहा हूँ स्पीकिंग पार्ट का. Notice my jaw. Now look at it. I'm taking interview of Serene for a speaking part. Look at this jaw, how much it is opening. But if I'll try to speak English the way I speak Hindi, I am taking interview of Serene. It will not sound like English. That's something you all have to know, right? Okay. And what about the length of your answer in speaking part three?
So they were like 3 to 4 sentences.
Yeah, that our timing, it should be around 35 seconds. It should be around 35 seconds, maybe 5 to 7 sentences. Because they want you to speculate, they want you to give reasons, right? Anything apart from that? Also, you said news are true. News, you cannot count news.
Oh,
News is,
yeah.
cannot be counted. If you want to say, always news is. Okay, if you want to talk about more than one news, you say a piece of news, 2 pieces of news, 3 pieces of news. Okay, news is just
Okay.
like water. You cannot say one water, two water,
Okay, sir.
right? And then you use it depends on person to person. I think you were trying to say
Depends
it
upon
depends.
person. It
It
depends
depends.
upon.
It
It depends
depends.
upon. Sorry.
It depends from person to person,
Okay.
right? Okay,
Mm.
great. I think they were all these points they can be improved, right? All these points, but yes, good points. If let me go back to the PDF which I was saying. I think I would start with pronunciation. See, then I think your pronunciation is amazing, right? Pronunciation is, you were so clear throughout. Maybe just at one or two places you were not. For example, when you said struggle, but I think that is not going to bother, right? And I saw how you were emphasizing on words, your intonation, your rate of speech. Everything was perfect, and I think I would not shy to give you a band 9 under pronunciation. Okay, it was amazing.
Okay. Thank you.
Right, it was amazing. Let's come to grammatical range and accuracy. Right. Yes, I did see that you were using certain complex sentences, but they can be increased. There can be more complex sentences. Okay, maybe because excuse me, maybe because your ideas they they were not organized. You were just speaking
Mm.
whatever was coming in your mind. Okay,
Yes,
you
sir.
were just speaking whatever was coming in your mind, right? So maybe try to think before you speak,
Yes, sir.
right? I would say that yeah, somewhere around 7 band in grammar. Okay, because there were
Okay.
grammatical mistakes, we all noticed that. Okay, there were grammatical mistakes. And okay, see, obviously because you appeared for your IELTS exam in December. Okay, and yes, we did notice that you did not use any uncommon idiomatic vocabulary. Right. So sadly, I know if you would have been in touch, then you would have crossed 7 band here. So guys, you see how important is this? Because under 7 band, it clearly says, can you read this, Serene, please?
Uses vocabulary resource flexibly to discuss a variety of topics.
This one, second bullet point.
Uses some less common and idiomatic vocabulary and shows some awareness of style and collocation with some inappropriate choices.
Yes. So I think it was missing, right? It was missing, and I think
Yes, sir.
that is the importance of being in touch with the
Yes,
speaking.
sir. Definitely.
Most of the students they feel that they will start speaking English once they go to Canada, once they go to America, or once they go to college. No, you have already taken that decision. I think it's wise to start speaking right away, not have to wait. So even though I do not want to give you this band, but I will have to give you a 6.5 here.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I mean, if you would have been in touch, you would definitely not. Uh, right.
yes, sir.
And under fluency and coherence, I would say, because you were speaking, but then yes, I would say that 7 band. And why? Because you had ideas with you, but then you had to resort towards, like, lots of time you change your ideas. It was difficult to follow what you were doing sometimes. So I would say 7 band there.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
So guys, you see the importance of practice. Serene got a band 8 in speaking and in the real IELTS exam. Okay, but you how much it is important for everyone to stay in touch. It doesn't really undermine what Serene is capable of. Yes, she is, right? That's why she got band 8. But at the same time, we have to understand this how important it is to use some uncommon words and idiomatic vocabulary. For example, instead of saying happy, you can simply say over the moon, right? Instead of saying I worked a lot, you say I burned the midnight oil. Something like this. This vocabulary should be there. Let's say so under pronunciation part, Serene
Yeah.
uh, gave you 9 because I think it was flawless. Okay, it was easily understandable. Intonation part, grammar. It's again 7. Okay, lexical resource. Mm, yeah, sadly I had to give this. I know I did not want to, because if you were just in touch, you would have definitely lost this. So pronunciation, grammar, lexical resource, and fluency and coherence. I gave you 7. So guys, can you add all this? Guys, can you add all these 4 and divide it by 4? What do we get? Guys, what do we get?
That's 7.37.
Hmm. I think that's around 29.5 total,
Yes, sir.
right? And this 29.5, it has to be divided by 4.
Yeah, that's 7.37.
Hmm. 7.37, and that is going to be rounded off to uh, 7.5. You
Oh,
see, Serene, just because you didn't use uncommon vocabulary,
yeah. And I
how
wanted to
much?
score 8.5 today.
Don't worry. I think this is a lesson for all of us. It doesn't really talk about your ability. Trust me, it doesn't. Okay, it's just talk about how important it is to stay in touch, right?
Yes.
How important it is to stay in touch. So guys, British Council and IDB people, they are generous people. They round off 7.37 to 7.5. They don't round it off to 7. Okay, great. Guys, do you have any question for Serene? Please write it down in the chat box. Anything you want to ask, how it happened in the exam, any question that is coming on top of your head, please ask that question to Serene. Anything in the chat box. I would read that question for Serene. Anything you have, anything you want to say about today's session, please. Anything you have, guys. Come on, bring it on. Let's wait. What do students have to say? Okay. By the time they are thinking about it, Guys, I'm sure you all are aware about this beautiful app that we have developed as LeapScholar. Please download this app, IELTS Prep by LeapScholar. It has so many things in here, okay? So many things. Okay, you can practice here. There's so many exercises, right? Please feel free to download this app, IELTS Prep by LeapScholar. Okay, you can do everything in here. Okay, everything. This is there for Android. Please feel free to download it. Free practice exercises for all sections of IELTS. You don't have to pay any money or anything, right? You just have to, you can directly start practicing, and link is there in your comment box also, right? You don't have to buy different books. I recently purchased a book for 700 rupees. I think if this app would have launched before, I think I wouldn't have spent that much money, because there's so many things in here. Please download this app. You can join master classes from here. Okay, you can join free live classes in just one click. You don't have to go here and there. So we as Leap Scholar, you know that this initiative taken by us to make education affordable for masses and educating masses, right, this has been made even more easier. Sir, how many questions will be asked by the examiner in part one? How many questions were asked by you, Serene?
Actually, sir, to be honest, my part one was quite long. Actually, she asked me 14 to 15 questions.
Hmm.
First about my job, then mathematics, then music.
Mhm.
My first section one was quite pretty. It was pretty long.
Hmm. But if you had answered question in 3 sentences, it would have finished in uh, 4 to 5 minutes only,
Yeah,
right?
maybe.
It definitely had finished in it definitely was finished in 4 to 5 minutes only. But because the length of your answers would have been short, that's why the number of
Yeah,
questions increased.
maybe so.
Yeah. So Serene, student is asking, what do you feel just before the exams start?
I was quite nervous, but to be honest, when I entered the room where my examination examiner was, she was very calm. Her voice was quite soft, so she made me calm down, and she was smiling all the time. So at that time, I forgot about all the nervousness. But when I was standing outside, I was quite terrified.
Hmm. Great. And guys, someone is asking about but and although. But and although both are contrasting keywords. Okay. For example, if you want to say, uh, let's say, um, although I'm hungry, I will not eat. I'm hungry, but I will not eat. Both are same sentences. Okay. We cannot use although and but in the same sentence. That's what you're asking. Okay. I'm not able to speak more than 1 minute in Q card because of lack. Raghoba Sagar, there is a video made by LeapScholar, how to make notes in a minute. Okay, please put it on. Please Google it, or rather, you can just watch our YouTube channel. Okay, that's video. That video is there. We have especially talked about how to make notes in a minute. Okay, so guys, please take a moment and uh, thank. Say a beautiful thanks to Serene. She took out her time just to help all of you, right? She went through this pain again,
Again.
right?
No, but I'm really honored. Thank you so much for having me here. It was
Yeah,
it was
guys,
amazing.
because guys, no matter what we do as teachers, you student appear for the exams, right? For the IELTS exam, right? And I think you are better people to comment on that, because you go through it again and again, again and again. That's why we keep on calling students who have appeared for the exam.
Yes, so
So yeah, guys, just Google that video, how to make notes in a minute. How to make notes in a minute by LeapScholar. Okay, this fluency and this lack of ideas, it is really going to be sorted. And yes, on the last note, please do download this app by LeapScholar, right? It's amazing. And yes, guys, we are not leaving any stone unturned to um take this IELTS to the next level, to help all of you, yes, guys, please download this app, right? And yes, thank you so much, Serene, for your time.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me. It was my pleasure.
Okay, you're welcome, Serene. And guys, thank you so much for attending the class and for attending YouTube Live. I hope you all enjoyed the class, and we must have taken something from here, right? I hope to see all of you soon again in different YouTube Live and different classes. If you haven't joined our crash courses, please feel free to join our IELTS Plus crash course also, right, on our website. There's so many courses there. We cover everything starting from zero till end. Till then, uh, yes, stay tuned, keep on practicing, stay happy and healthy, and please do keep on wearing the mask. Do not step outside without wearing the mask. Take care of your loved one. God bless you all. Bye bye.
Hi, sir.